What do you say, everybody? And welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. And congratulations, Alabama has landed another big-time recruit. And they're going to keep one of the guys that they had targeted from day one when Micah Debose took over as Alabama's head coach in the state, a former Georgia commit, a guy that was heavily leaning to LSU. Micah Dubose becomes the next guy to commit to the University of Alabama. He's Brett Elmore. I'm Mick Gillespie. Great to talk to you guys here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We're kind of just popping in. We're going to do our regular show for you. So some of the stuff will be Bama related. And then we got to do all the stuff for tomorrow tonight, because a lot of you guys may be watching this tomorrow. Right, Brett?
That's right. And we'll get it all done tonight, man. It's always about watching these recruits. And we were going to talk about who's next, and we know who it is. It's Mr. Debose.
All right. Here we go. Like and subscribe. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, and roll tide, everybody. Can I just say roll tide? Can I say boom? Another big-time recruit. I thought that this was supposed to be Husky Harsin, right? This was going to be Alabama's version of Harsin. Harsin never recruited like this. And Micah Dubose from down at South Alabama, my neck of the woods, L.A., coming to Alabama. I think this is a really big get. And this offensive line class that Alabama's assembling right now is legit.
Yes, it is. We were talking about it earlier this morning. The guys are, we're stacked at the offensive line spot, especially now with the addition of Micah Dubose, 6'5", 315 from Vigor. We've talked about him a lot on the show, the big-bodied offensive lineman with a ton of left tackle experience, could play on the inside or outside level there at Bama, but all a part of this big recruiting weekend in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that we're putting the show together, and the question that we were going to pose was, who's going to be the next guy to commit to Alabama? And we had a list of guys that we felt like were really close, and we knew that it would probably be him or Haywood. And I'll tell you what, this is a big get for Alabama, obviously. And I think that they're going to take another offensive lineman. So that's 4 now. And I think you go with another. I think if you can get Ty, I think you do that too, right?
Yeah, and he could be the next one to commit. We don't know, but yeah, I think, and we were talking about it this morning. I think they'll take the 5, because we were posing that at the 3 mark, and we were thinking about the transfer portal and all the other things that come along. But in this recruiting cycle, it looks like they're probably going to take 5.
Yeah, but this was a guy that the staff, Coach Cap, obviously Coach DeBoer, really wanted to bring with them. And we worried about this. Are these guys coming in and they're going to be able to go? You could be the head coach at Alabama and build a recruiting class that's a top recruiting class and not have any guys from the state, right? It could happen, but it's not a good idea. Nick Saban won championships and built a dynasty with the foundation being the guys around the state, in the state of Alabama, in Georgia, in Mississippi, in Tennessee, some guys from Florida, right? And then you go out and you add those, you sprinkle in those other star players. This staff, Courtney Morgan, give him credit, all the recruiters for Alabama, because the guys that they've targeted, those in-state guys like Debose, who was committed to Georgia, they've battled Georgia, they've battled LSU, they've battled Auburn, and they're winning those battles. Yeah, it's nothing new for Alabama, but it's new for these guys, and I got to give them a lot of credit. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. We've talked a lot about, the recruiting aspect of this new coaching staff, and we haven't missed a beat. And to be honest with you, Mick, I don't know. Has it gotten a little bit better?
I mean,
I mean, it seems to be, to me, I don't know. It may be a little bit better right now.
It feels like the momentum that these guys are having right now has a lot to do with their ability to connect with this player, this day and age player.
Right.
You know, and Saban had a way of connecting too. Yeah, it's my way or the highway. We're going to do it this way. It's called the process. You want to come in here and win. You want to go to the NFL. You want to, and that's a great way of connecting. I mean, it worked, right? But
yeah.
These guys, they're doing it probably a more modern way.
Yeah, and maybe I shouldn't take it as far as it's better. Maybe I should take it as we always expected this from Coach Saban.
That's true.
Right. We always expected it from Coach Saban, and then we have this newness that we haven't had. We haven't had a change at head coach in so long and now we have the newness of not only Coach Debose, but his staff. And it just, the magnifying glass, I guess, is a little bit more on this staff because we expected it from Coach Saban and his staff. Year in and year out, it was like just another thing. But everyone's watching this staff because it's new.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we're having big weekend after big weekend after big weekend, Mick. And I've been seeing a lot shared, Saturday on the socials about this weekend, and it looks like those guys. I see where they're still using the boat. They're still, they're having a great time, and this staff knows what they're doing, and it's great to have. Here it is late Saturday night. We're here live. I say late, 9:00 Central, but we get that commit. We always say it comes at the weirdest times. And
I know.
One on Sunday, who knows?
Jackson Lloyd, Big Mike Carroll, and Mal Waltrip, they get some company, and I'm sure for those guys, they're probably excited to have another big time recruit on the offensive line join them. Those guys they like kind of coming in together. They like playing together. They're a very close knit group. When you get the good ones, Alabama has won national championships behind big offensive lines that can move and can block. And this is another guy that's going to help Alabama's overall recruiting class get closer to being the number one class. They're in the mix now, and I just think that you can feel the momentum with this class and what they're doing. So congratulations. And again, adding Dubose is a big deal. So, let's just kind of jump into what we were going to do anyway. And instead of doing it in the morning, let's just go ahead and put our show together now. And you mentioned that this weekend is really proving to be huge. And we knew coming in that this was going to be a weekend where Alabama was going to have a lot of major stars in town. And then you start to look around and you're like, okay, who's the next guy now that's going to commit? Who's on the clock now that Alabama has nailed, bringing in Debose, which we knew was a possibility. I still feel like Dawson Merritt could be the next guy, the Overland Park, Kansas product. You're talking about a guy who is down to Alabama and Nebraska. Nebraska really needs to have him. I mean, he's probably such a big deal for them, but Alabama would love to have him as well. 4-star player. Everyone thinks he's coming to Tuscaloosa. Blue Valley High School, a linebacker. Bama's got to start working on that linebacker. I'm sure Christian Robinson would love to have him kind of be the next guy to commit. I could see him being the guy. We've been kind of waiting on that. It just hasn't happened yet.
I'm going to go with Ty Haywood. I'm going to go with Ty Haywood to be the next guy. And I also want to say that, I was going to go with Dijon Lee, but he's already set his date for Friday.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get a commit before Friday from the number 4 cornerback in the country. Lee has, and what led me to that was Lee has been on campus 3 times now since mid-March, and his official visit now. So I like Lee to commit on Friday, and since he's going to commit on Friday, and I think he will choose Alabama, I'm going to choose Ty Haywood.
Yeah, look, he's an Alabama fan. Mom, Alabama fan. He's from Mississippi, moved to Denton, Texas, but he's in love with Alabama. He wants to wear that crimson and white. It's been a dream for him, and it'll be a dream for us. We'd love to have him. We love those guys that love the university. You know, like doing the Elephant in the Room podcast. I know a lot of you guys watch that with Jay Coker. You know, what's the thing that he couldn't get at Florida State? He couldn't get the Alabama love.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? To put
That's
that
right.
uniform on and jog out of the locker room, a lifelong dream, and you got the opportunity to do it. It's right in front of you. And now with the way that things are in this day and age, with the transfer portal, if you don't like it, you can leave. You know, and it's not that hard to do. Now I'm not hoping that happens, but I think that I agree. I think Ty could be next. And now all of a sudden you have this monster elite offensive line class that no one's going to be able to touch. Maybe you don't go and get another offensive lineman in the transfer portal. You just stick with the five guys that you possibly have if Ty joins. And maybe this is what the foundation of Alabama's team moving forward. You know, it's you look at what got Washington to the national championship game last year, and it was the fact that they had the best offensive line in the country. And so, you know, Alabama obviously trying to dig in that same direction. So we'll see. Maybe it is Ty next. And the way that things are going for us, that'll happen tomorrow night.
Well, let's see here. Which shift are you covering? Am I going to be on the night shift or
look at us. You think we were ready for this? I've got my mint green shirt on, and you've got your peach, your peach shirt on. We look like ice cream scoops.
Right. We do. We look like we're about to play a round of golf at Dancing Rabbit. You know, I got my golf gear on, man.
You ready to go?
No, man. I'm just glad it didn't happen before I hit the streets of J-Town. You know what I'm saying? On a Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, let's. You had a big night Friday. I'm sure you're probably just ready to take it easy.
I had to chill out a little bit. No.
Yeah.
Not only are we getting some commitments, you look up and down, social media, and you got folks who's being offered Saturday, including, and this was intriguing, Mick, class of 2027.
Wow.
Left tackle from Central Phoenix City, Jatori Williams. Jatori Williams is the class of 2027, and he's already 6'5", 302 pounds. He was at camp this weekend at the university, and this is a good-looking kid. Obviously, he's a young one. I'm going to try to pull up his picture here at camp, but it'll just show you kind of the size this guy has. But he gets an offer, and like I say, he's a youngster, class of 2027. It's not going to let me share it, but anyway, he got an offer, and then another kicker got an offer, Mick.
Well, I felt like one of the weaknesses that Saban had up until late, was kickers. I mean, J.K. Scott obviously was really good, and then Will Reichert was great. Some years we had kickers, some years we didn't, and it just kind of felt like it was always secondary. But a lot of these games come down to great kickers, and we saw that with Reichert, who is the SEC's all-time leading scoring kicker, right?
Right, so, and we see this now with the kid from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Peter Notaro. He is class of 2025. He's a 5-star kicker. He's ranked 4th in the country. 4.5-star punter. He was first team all conference. But anyway, he has some major offers now. Ohio State offered him on Saturday, and so did Alabama. He had a great workout, according to his X account. With great workout, great conversation with with Alabama, and he's really blessed to get an offer, he says.
That's awesome. We'll keep an eye on all this stuff, guys. Want to remind you, too, as we roll on with the show here, that we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Brett and I are making plans to head over there on July the 5th. We hope that we'll see you over there. We're going to celebrate Brett's birthday with Boys to Men and then Big and Rich and Gretchen Wilson. It's going to be a blast. Table games and slots. Brett, do you like golf? Dancing Rabbit? It's the Augusta you can play.
I love to drive the golf cart and drink ultras. Come on, let's do it. And I appreciate Pearl River for doing this for my birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Celebrating your birthday and 30 years of Pearl River Resort. But they got table games and slots. It's really a fun place. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa. Really appreciate them for being part of what we do here. And you guys check it out. It's not a far drive. All right, when we come back, though, Brett's going to help us. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the world tomorrow, but we're going to pretend like it's today because we're on right now. It's late at night. This is our show. We're doing it now. We're doing it now for you guys instead of tomorrow. It's a sneak peek.
Yeah. Sneak peek.
Yeah.
To Pearl River Resort.
They call him Big Sexy, coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rub-downs. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. It gives you the XPs, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
We are live on a Saturday night, but doing the Sunday show on I love it. We need to hear more about these rubdowns. Can't do it. Sunday. And what's happening on the day? Well, let's take a look at the calendar, as only we can do. Celebrity birthdays, Randy Jackson, former American Idol judge, and the bassist from Journey, 68.
Yeah. So it's crazy that he's the bassist of Journey, but he's the most popular member of the band now because of American Idol, and he was always my favorite, guy on the American Idol show. So, yeah, pretty funny.
Melissa Roche, the actress from The Big Bang Theory, she played Bernadette.
Okay,
she's 43.
Happy birthday,
KT Tunstall, Scottish singer-songwriter. I'm a fan of hers. She wrote Black Horse of the Cherry Tree, probably her only hit, but she's 49 today. And are you familiar with just look it up. And then Jason Mraz, singer-songwriter. You know him?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Going to have to educate you. 47 today.
Is he in a band or something, or is he a solo guy?
He's a solo guy.
Okay.
He's good. No. He's good. Today, if you're looking for something to celebrate, National Family Owned and Operated Business Day. That's always something you should celebrate every day. Mick, you're just like I am. We live in really close-knit communities like Jasper and Fairhope, and we have a lot of locally owned, family-operated businesses, and you got to support them.
Yeah, man. I mean, the backbone of our country, and it's what makes our country great. Is you can go out there and start your own business if you want to, and follow a dream. If it's something like us doing this. Yeah.
So today is also a National Hydration Day.
Mm-hmm.
And hydration because of the heat. And of course, if you've been out all night long, probably need to hydrate.
Yeah, that was you last night.
Yeah, I woke up with a cramp. You ever woke up with a cramp in your leg?
Yes, lots of times. Terrible.
National Pecan Sandies Day. Remember, you like those?
No.
You don't like those?
I'm allergic to pecans. Oh no, wait.
Those would kill you.
Yeah,
I'll eat them for you. Today is also Pink Flamingo Day.
Oh, everybody loves them. People wear them on their shirts now. Is like,
Yeah. Typewriting Day. It's because the typewriter was actually patented and unveiled this day, 1868.
Right.
1888, Frederick Douglass, the first African-American nominated for U.S. president. That's a big deal.
Yeah, great debater, too. Like how about the Lincoln-Douglas debates, right?
Yes. 1989, Batman, starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, opens up in theaters.
Yeah, that was a great movie. That was one of the best. Jack Nicholson was an amazing Joker. I saw it when it came out in the movie. Still love those guys.
1992, New York Mafia boss John Gotti was sentenced to life in jail without the possibility of parole on murder and racketeering charges.
Yeah, he's somebody that you wouldn't want to tangle with.
No, you don't want to tangle with him. And finally, Mick, I'll go ahead and hit you with this one. Do you remember this? And maybe the folks watching remembers this. 1993, a lady by the name, and I use that term lady loosely, a lady by the name of Lorena Bobbitt made men across the country cringe when she amputated her husband, John Wayne Bobbitt's penis and threw it away. The appendage was recovered and reattached. Lorena was later acquitted of malicious wounding by reason of insanity, and John was acquitted of marital sexual assault. You remember that?
Yeah, she's still famous. What a terrible woman.
Yeah, she was. She just. I think she threw it out on the interstate, right?
Yeah.
That's how they hit my windshields.
I remember they were going to try to find it, and then if you find it, put it in a cooler, and they were going to reattach it.
Right, and so anyway, he's been reattached. I guess is he dead or is he?
You remember he did some pornos? Do you remember?
I didn't. Did you watch any of those?
I did. I just remember how.
I didn't. So you just remember? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this, Brett. Instead of ending it like we normally do, let's promote this and then answer some questions since we got everybody on here with us. But guys, I want to remind you too that right now, newlifeart.com, promo code Bama Tailgate, that we've got you set up. Take advantage of this because we're about to change this offer again. Bama Tailgate, promo code 25% off orders. That's like, except the new stuff. But I mean, go and look at Brett's backdrop. I mean, he's got all those great paintings there. All the great Daniel Moores. You can get those same Daniel Moores right now. Pimp out your man cave. That's what my suggestion to you. I'll leave that up there for you. All right, let's go to the comments section. And again, guys, the reason we did the show live, Micah Dubose just announced that he's committed to Alabama. This recruiting class continues to get better and better for the Crimson Tide. This is a big deal because one of the questions that everybody had was, is Alabama going to be able to recruit? Is Alabama with the new head coach going to be able to hang in there? And guess what? With the latest recruit, and I'm gonna go ahead and post this on the screen. On 3 has Alabama up to the number 3 recruiting class now. How about that? So they are picking up steam. They still also have a chance to have the number 1 recruiting class. And if they're able to maybe flip the commit offered from Ohio State to Alabama, it's a 5-star. This is really phenomenal. I mean, look, they just moved ahead of Georgia now.
Yeah, and look at this graphic here. That's with no 5 stars.
Yeah.
Everyone else has some 5-star commitments, but Alabama, and we're still 3rd. And look at the score here, 92 to we're 2 points away from being number 1 without any 5-star commits, which will come. This class, I'm telling you, I think this class is going to be, before it's all said and done, it will be the number 1 SEC class, and it will be the number 1 in the country.
I'd love to see it. Donald Clark says, thanks for the update, gentlemen. I grew up in Mobile, familiar with Vigor High School. Love the show. Roll Tide. Let's freaking go. I'm with you, Donald. Roll Tide, man. I think this is great. Patrick says, love the show. Roll damn Tide. Roll Tide, man. Thank you. Ice, man. Ice, baby.
Oh, right.
Look at that. 24/7 has them as 3 as well. Notre Dame number 2 and LS Puke number 1. And look, we're closing in on those guys too.
Yeah, we're closing in on those guys. And the show's a little different today. And my apologies for everyone who saw the headline that Debose commits to Alabama, and I was talking about Lorena Bobbitt. That's part of the Sunday show, but anyway, we're back into a little football talk.
Yeah. Awesome.
Could you imagine, Mick?
Oh yeah. How about Ryan Williams? Like they were. I was watching a video of him talking about his what it means to him to be at Alabama. Like this guy's taken over now as like the face of the university. The other players love him. He has charisma. He'll be like the youngest guy on the team. And he's an electric wide receiver. He's one of the highest rated players to ever, since they've been making 5 stars. But he's a 5-star person, man. I just love this kid.
I was watching some stuff on social media today, and Big Tony. You know Big Tony? Antonio Coleman.
Yeah.
Antonio Coleman. Man, he was on his Instagram live on the boat, and someone had mentioned those 2 words that we just really can't stand, War Eagle. And he said, War Eagle? He said, don't even bring that stuff in here. He said, big lank. And but they were having a great time, man. It looked like they were on Lake Tuscaloosa on the boat, chilling, having a great time. It's nice. Man, Tuscaloosa has a lot to offer, man.
Well, it's got a lot of championships to offer. All right, guys. Hey, this is the show for today. Appreciate all of you for jumping on with us. Enjoy your Sunday. And again, and maybe if Bama has if Bama has somebody commit to again, we'll jump back on. But roll Tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. And big day. Another step forward for this program. When everyone wanted to go ahead and count Alabama out, they just continue to prove that they're not going anywhere. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.